Hey, Kool-Aid. Hey, Mr. Kool-Aid Man. You got to jump into your crazy beat. The more I hear it, the more I like it. You really made a mark on me, Mr. Kool-Aid Man. Mr. Kool-Aid Man, yeah. Mr. Kool-Aid Man. Ow! Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Wow. Scooby, ow. Scoop it up, scoop it up, scoop it up. Scoop it up, it up, bop, bop, bow. Scoop it up, give it up, give it up. Woo! Mr. Kool-Aid Man. Hey, people. Y'all remember Mr. Kool-Aid Man? Lord have mercy. I'm gonna speak on this thing. I can't believe how the legs on this story. I know it's gonna go on a little while, but every time I wake up, there's more. Hi, I'm Miss Red. Torre in New York City. Curl baby. Juicy Marable. Hi, Sandra Mitchell. TLC and 3. Miss Pick. I hope I'm not gonna end up with the same amount of videos as these haters have. I don't want to be no Jay Wilson with 13 videos about 6 days, child. But this is the story of the day. Apparently, well, it is truthful that Troy Allen interviewed an employee of the Red Roof Inn on yesterday, right? This guy stepped forward because he was looking in on social media. I don't know why we think this is a little pocket that no one else sees. Anybody can see it if the story is relevant to them. So the Kool-Aid Man, I call him the Kool-Aid Man. He has a name similar to Kool-Aid. He came on and told the truth, and some of the children didn't like that. They said no, they'd rather keep speculating that Tracy called the police or a dozen or so. What do you call them? Theories and Illuminatis or whatever the hell you call it. The man came and told what happened, right? So apparently the people who called the police were the employee, him, at the motel, Red Roof Inn, right? It wasn't totally clear. He didn't seem to be a security person. He said he was able to make a key there at the desk. So I would imagine then he's probably the person on the desk. Those kind of jobs, they have a lot of downtime, shall we say. There's somebody sitting that not many people are checking in and out at 2:00 in the morning. Let's say like that, right? So he's spending some time on YouTube. Probably when he started getting phone calls from these YouTubers or people on YouTube, then he went to check online to see what was going on because there was people calling the police station, people calling the Red Roof Inn, there are only 2 in Sacramento. They were calling both hotels. He realized that this person is in his hotel. This person, he went to apparently the last Rob Rock video, and he saw that there was actually a significant reason for calling the police because this person was falling down drunk. He said the man had spilled bullets all over the room. He went on to say that Tracy denied that there was a problem, which is basically what she said she did anyway. She said she didn't want to see him sent to jail. But it was obvious that the gun indeed was in the room. The man said he had a cute little accent, didn't he? Sound kind of sexy. Sidebar. The man said that he was the one that called the cops. The cops were already aware. They were already getting calls all week concerning this couple who had now moved to a different place, different location. And so he filmed when the boy got arrested. I mean, what is that? A couple of 2 or 3 minutes. People, we have to get used to, this is the age of the camera phone, right? Now, even if he took this video from hotel security cameras or whatever, or he screenshotted them from the camera, there are cameras everywhere. This is how we know about all this police brutality and all these shootings and so forth, because everybody's got a camera. And even if every person doesn't have a camera on their phone and film the damn thing, When I walk my dog, honey, if I look up, I'll see that I'm being photographed all through the goddamn neighborhood, right? Everybody's got a phone, a camera outside of their house, and they're going to use it if something goes down in their neighborhood, right? The cops going to go and they're going to they're going to talk to every person on the block, honey. Can we see your footage, what you have of what happened last night, right? So I don't think it's that unusual that this guy would become aware of the story. He was aware of both the story, the phone calls he was getting personally, the connection he had with the other Red Roof Inn. Rob Rack was leaving a trail of breadcrumbs leading right back to him, right? So the mystery is over. I know that some of the beef sector people do not like it. They don't want the truth. They want to keep on speculating about who called the police and all that. And according to the guy, the employee, several people, he only identified 4 called directly to his phone. He said it was his job they had to call the hotel. They forwarded the calls to the hotel room where they were at. And then Rob Rack kept hanging up the phone, right? Now, maybe Rob Rack, if he weren't so drunk and obnoxious, he could have squashed the damn thing by simply answering at least the front desk, right? To try to get some understanding, because apparently there was a safe in the room. So a safe would be the proper place for a gun. But the employee, the Kool-Aid man, said that he heard a grinder, not the sex grinder, a grinder like you grind metal. He heard the police using that inside the room. He said that the hotel room does not have a safe in it. So that would have to mean it was their safe, correct? However, we don't know that that's where they found the gun. We know that they would open the safe. Naturally, if there's a safe in the room, they're going to open it, right? But that doesn't mean that's where they found the gun at, right? Because he was playing with the gun since they've been there. He said the man was even spilling shells were all over the floor, or bullets. Anyway, so some of the people in the chat on last night were so concerned about this guy losing his job, right? They would rather have the lie to play with than his boy to come and actually tell what happened. I placed the call. There were several called into me. So still the beef sector is what caused all this shit, because they're the ones that were calling the police station, the Red Roof Inn, the Airbnb, his place of residence. Cops came to his place of residence 3 or 4 times. We don't know if that was a halfway house or some kind of place for alcoholics or something like that, right? But they went there apparently 3 times. All this is based on all the calls they were getting. So there is a precautionary tale here, people. Don't be telling these people all of your business. Do not allow the computers to give a location on you. Correct? Anyway, let me see what y'all. Well, let me see. Was there anything else to this story? So I don't think the person should be fired from their job just by sharing a 2 or 3 minute video of this dude being arrested. We already know he's being arrested. We know he's there, right? You just got a picture of it. But I don't know that the hotel would agree that he had done something wrong, other than he shouldn't probably be on social media. But that's the way things are these days. Everything on social media, honey. Everything you do is people are watching, right? Just like when I was living in the projects as a little bitty pickaninny, my mama told me, when you go out into these neighborhoods, because the projects was located right in the middle of a white neighborhood, everybody white but us, right? He said, just assume that every house is looking at you. Well, now it's become the reality. Every house has a camera. Stop, baby. The Red Roof Inn has many cameras. He didn't share anything breathtaking. I don't think. He didn't witness a murder and put that up there. You know, the cops might have an issue with that. But as far as him being arrested, I don't see any big deal in it. I don't think a young man should lose his job at all. If anything, they would just reprimand him, say, don't do it like that, baby. He said he was watching security training videos at the time that all this occurred, right? So he was very in tune to this could happen. Anybody working in a motel, if it's not, particularly if it's a cheap motel, They're going to have prostitutes and come through the hotel. They're going to have, they usually, violence follows them, pimps and all this kind of shit. They're going to have issues in hotels. He said the hotel is located right next door to the police station. When he looks out his window, he's looking right at the police station, right? So they're going to have a relationship there. Correct. So I don't know that he did anything wrong. If there's somebody in there waving a gun around, child, and people are saying that somebody's life is in danger. Now, I think Tracy says she's going to court. Nothing happens in arraignment. There's nothing that happens, honey. Y'all see with all these mass murders and shit, we go to the arraignment and then we're on here for 3 minutes and then it's over with. Next. They just want to establish, are you going to plead guilty or innocent? Do you have an attorney or do you need the court to assign you an attorney? Is there a bail? Then one attorney was, well, they wanted to have a bail hearing, or they can set bail, or the judge will say the bail stays as it is, kind of thing. But nothing really happens there. They're certainly not going to call Tracy for no testimony there in the court. All she can do it in court is just go there. I'm here, Y'all got any ideas on this thing? We may as well rat it out like everybody else, honey. Rob Reck put himself in this. He did. He was unrelentless. But you see, this man is sick. He is he's a classic alcoholic, falling down drunk. He doesn't even live in his own apartment. That place apparently is some kind of supervised living, right? Or halfway house, or transitional housing, or some reason. If she said Tracy said she saw all these people in the house, so it's not a single. It's not a family residence. There are people there. There are foster kids there, and there are also adults renting there. So they could be providing housing for people with mental difficulties, disabilities, or they could deal with alcoholics. Y'all remember that story about Sacramento, right? What's that lady's name? The Puentes woman. The Puentes woman. This is a sidebar. This was this old woman who's an old con woman. She was taking these people with mental problems and alcoholics, and she was having them live in this house, right? And they would, sign over some of their check. They were all on Social Security or SSI. And she would kill their ass and keep the checks. She would kill them just for their Social Security check and bury them in her backyard. Remember her? I think her name was Puentes. There's a lot. It's a big Latin community in Sacramento. But my point is, there are places where people who are alcoholics can go to live. This is where his living accommodation was. Sweeney, stop. Be quiet. Let's see what my darlings say. Wilson is ridiculous. You can't expect no better from that fool, child. I'm gonna get some more coin. I'm gonna come over and get some more coin. But girl, I'm glad you got your $17, girl. Much as you've been on, I'm sure you collected a couple of hundred. Oh, I got $200. I'm making the coin, making my money, making my. Plus, the idea that someone else getting a cash app just drives that boy nuts. He's concerned now that this man, the Kool-Aid man, somebody might have sent him a piece of change, honey. A tip. Thank you for clearing this up for us. Now we know what happened. I mean, the boy did give quite a bit of information. I mean, he cleared some things up. Who called the cops? Why they called the cops? Why the cops showed up, and the whole shit, right? About the phone calls and him hanging up on the damn phone call. Nobody can get through, right? So he called the cops to come and check the situation out. It's a dangerous situation, especially when they have mass shootings in the area very recently. People are on alert. You're running a motel. You tell us it's a dangerous situation. We're obligated. Probably this training video he was saying was, you're obligated to do this. Now, I don't know if the situation has been around long enough, a situation like this, where they actually have protocol as far as the internet goes, as far as what he can post on YouTube, internet. If anything, I believe they would probably just pull him up, say, well, don't do that. Don't do that, or go ahead and do it. Right? But everybody got cameras, baby. Y'all better watch the hell up, honey. See, when he was in that Airbnb, that was a private situation, someone's private home. But when he went to that motel, okay, so now these people work in conjunction with the police to keep the place safe. As I said, cheap hotels, that's where the street people, in and out, in and out, in and out. Something's bound to happen, honey. Let me see. One time to wave a firearm. You only have one time to wave a firearm in my face. I'm done, honey. You point a gun at me, you better use it, motherfucker. Or you will not sleep peacefully. Don't you dare close your eyes after you don't wave no gun in my face. Excuse me, thank you. I can't believe that some of those idiot callers was trying to attack the employee. Well, if you trying to attack the employee, what the fuck you calling for? You're so concerned. Your concern has been attended to. Why you pissed off somebody told about it, right? Because is that less content for you? You rather play with, oh, Tracy called. Oh, Tracy called. Oh, I think the MU called. Maybe Tracy was talking to MU. He said, girl, call her. And then Tracy said, come. She left the door open. She said, and then they knocked. She said, come on in. Come on in. Maybe that's more fun for you. You got more content out of that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the boy telling the truth. So you ain't got no reason to be pissed off at him. I don't know why that boy sounds handsome to me. Maybe it's a younger person. Maybe he said he has 2 jobs. This is his second job. But, those jobs can be very, very boring. So this is probably an exciting night for him. Instead of sitting there looking at that damn camera all night, maybe one person comes in 2 o'clock in the morning and got no place to stay. Mostly they're just there, particularly in those off hours. Someone has to be at the desk. Yeah, I don't know why she's not home. I assumed that Tracy was home, but y'all saying she's still in Sacramento, still paying daily, I guess. Just to be, nothing happens in the arraignment, nothing, as far as a spectator or an outside person goes, right? If they assign detectives to those things, then yes, they will be concerned with interviewing her, right? The charges he's facing are the charges about him having his gun, period. Him brandishing a weapon online, period. Him making threats online, period. They're going to go by what they see. And I think a lot of the emphasis is going to be on this last video, which is still up on his channel. I guess nobody else can take it off now. He's stuck with it being up, but he's so arrogant, he probably leave it up. The reckless way he was speaking about putting bullets in people's heads and shit, and asking, oh, can I get my lick back? He's like, you going to punch her in her face, right? The things that he was saying are what caused him all this difficulty. So ain't nobody saying that he's an innocent or anything like that. I had a problem with people online getting involved in their personal business. I would say that, listen, that I would learn from this is if I want to go and do something with somebody, I'm not going to post it. I'm not posting shit online, honey. They done looked up the Airbnb. They done looked up where he lives. They done looked up his goddamn car. They done looked up where he works. They done looked up what hotel they in. They done looked up other hotels in the whole town. They just looking, right? Because they're so concerned. I'm concerned. Anyway, I guess the next thing that will be interesting about this case is going to be what happens to him, how much time he actually gets out. Will they drop the bail? I think I was watching Olivia this morning. They were saying that one of the charges, she had the charges up on the screen. She was saying that one of the charges was that he made someone uncomfortable. He had a gun and someone was in fear for their life or something like that. So Tracy could give testimony. Well, I wasn't afraid. I said there was no gun here. Well, then Tracy, then they got you for lying to a police officer. Although they can't identify whether you were mad or not, but they can't identify that there was indeed a gun there. You said it wasn't. She said she was still supporting him, so I don't know. That's not surprising to me. Bothering that employee. I wish I could have seen his face. I did see his channel though. What's his name? I saw his channel. He mostly does videos on animals. Almost all of his videos are on animals, dogs, and farm animals, with the exception of this thing with Rob Rack. She's listening online, and he's hearing all of this chatter and all these different stories and so forth concerning the incident that he actually had. He actually is the one that took the police to the room and all that stuff. If it's in his hotel, he might have said, well, I know what happened exactly. So he's on social media too, like pretty much everybody these days, some kind of social media. They ain't all on YouTube, but most of the people get on something, with the exception of us old people. But even the old girls have channels and things they watch. This is in his town. TLC. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I ever understand what the attraction was there. Why she would be attracted to somebody like that? Because his behavior didn't start in Sacramento. There wasn't much difference from the way he talked while he was here. I mean, when they were separated, than when they came together. I mean, as far as the language, he was still saying, he was being much more aggressive and much more nasty and much more disrespectful. And then I think she didn't realize just how drunk he is. Right? This is around the clock drunk that actually not even trusted to drive his own car or live in his own residence. This is falling down drunk, right? So yeah, they might have thought they'd have a little fun, make some videos, you know. I don't know this romance to say I'm in love with you and all this. What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love? You can't be in love with somebody that you ain't never seen before, right? But anyway, that's the language they chose to use. I do believe that it got out of hand. I do believe she was trying to keep the situation calm. In other words, she didn't want him to go completely off because they were filming online. I'm sure she was embarrassed by the situation and by him. But let's not blame her. Let's blame him. He's the falling down drunk. He's the one pointing guns at people. He's the one that's taking guns from his house to Airbnb, so they're always with him. A gun, that's a form of intimidation. That's how I'm going to intimidate you, so you will always be afraid of me. I don't know what y'all call love. Maybe this the black love that Jay Wilson talking about, y'all. Oh, I love the black love. But add this chapter to the black love, nigga. Let me see. Cause he Latino. I'm not particularly attracted to Latino men, but some people, I don't know, the voice, they just sound attractive to me. Right? Hot young boy. Whatever color they are, if they're fine, they're fine. You can't get around it. So I would be curious to say, well, is this some great big old guy? It didn't sound like it. Darren J. What's wrong? Darren J says, cause he Latino. That's why he sounds so handsome to you. I see you, Tim. No, I ain't with that shit, man. No, I ain't with that motherfucking bullshit. That's what's supposed to excite me, right? There ain't nobody mad at you about what excites you there. So let the people live, honey. Young people are attractive in general, really. I mean, people in their 20s. He sounds like he's about in their 20s. Whatever race they are. I don't care about that. Mm-hmm. Hi, Arby's girl. Oh my God. Uh-uh. So y'all have to watch, if y'all have a little time on your hand, you can go over there and hear this guy's firsthand account of what occurred there and why these people ended up in jail. That will be on Beefin 13's channel. His last video, no, he made one after that. So I believe it's called something about the interview with the Kool-Aid Man. This ain't black love. Hell no. It ain't my kind of black love. I don't know what kind of black love you got, child. What love got to do with it? Mm-mm. Black love. Girl, love is love, honey. Love is love between two men, between two women, between a man and if when a man loves a woman, it don't make no difference what color they are, child. It's love. God is love, huh? God is, Jesus is love. He'll never let you down. I know. Lionel Richie. Y'all know about that. Hey, RJ Supreme. Uncle Tim, I love you, but Tracy is also responsible. Well, she's responsible for even being in the presence of somebody like that. You know, that's our judgment. But I don't understand everything, honey. But, you know, there's enough people here that like somebody, you know, it seems to be everybody, the ones you think are the least desirable, somebody likes them. Shit, they make babies together. Is that Charles Dawson? Hey, Charles Dawson. I haven't seen you around in a minute, Charles Dawson. I know you're a working man. Have you been following this case? This black love. Honey, his take on the black love must have been the silliest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. I'm talking about Jay Wills, of course. Good to see you, brother. Charles Dawson. Black love, wiggle, wiggle. Ooh, I love the black love. Y'all should, I don't know how those videos are so old. I don't know when, but y'all will crack up if you heard that boy's take on the black love, honey. Jay Wilson. He came to San Francisco, California, and told us that our city had never seen something. They never seen the black love. The black love. The nigga said he didn't have to pay for no meals, right? Because the waiters or the maitre d' had never seen black love. Now this is talking about some piece of trade he just found, girl, and he considered because he sucked this man's dick that means that's black love. No, that ain't love, nigga. That ain't love at all, girl. That's piece of trade. That's what you do on Grindr. When you go on Grindr, you're not same gender loving. You're just gay, right? It ain't got nothing to do with love. It's a term people, you know, they use, but I think the first time I heard the term black love was on All in the Family when the Jeffersons were living next door to Archie. I don't know if that All in the Family would even be allowed to be on television these days, but Archie was a racist, of course, and then he didn't understand black people at all. He was a racist person. His son, Meathead, said there was an incident where George and his wife were kissing or something like that. And she said, see there, Archie? See there, Archie? Look at that black love. Look at that black love. How could you say that blacks don't love? That's how stupid we were in the 70s. Mm-hmm. Uncle Tim likes to sing, honey. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hey, Wilson will sell out his own mama for a coin. It's pitiful, ain't it, Alexis? He just sounds so stupid. I mean, all the talk we talk about him being all money hungry and all that, He come on here making videos. Oh, let me come on and get some more money, some more of this money, some more. I wish I could, girl. I wish I could just get analytics. Let me see. Y'all give me 1 minute. If I don't do it in a minute or so, then you can tell me to come back. Can I get my analytics on this damn thing on the phone? Let's see if I can get them on the phone. And let me see. Playlists, community, channels, about. They're not gonna let me get it on here. Manage videos. Let's go to manage videos. Shorts live. They're not gonna let me get it on here. And just like he turned on you. Shut up, boy. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Let me see. Downloads. No, they won't let me show you. I want to show you what these videos is. He keeps talking about all this money he getting, child. What they're actually worth. And that's what's so disgusting. That's what makes them trash, right? It's hustling for nickels and dimes. How many videos have you made, Jay Wilson, concerning this case now? I came on just yesterday and I said you made 13 videos about a 6-day event, right? You only been there 6 days. You got 13 videos on the case, right? Since then, now you have 16. We're talking about since yesterday. Saying the exact same thing over and over and over and over. And I'm going to get a coin. I'm going to get a coin. You better drive that Uber cab and shut the fuck up. Charles Dawson, you see he's back on Uber cab, right? Up at 4 o'clock in the morning going to the airport. Lord have mercy. Let me see what this person say. I figure you've been working, Charles Dawson. This is the big story now. Tracy and her love affair or her rendezvous. All the family. Well, all the black people were watching it too, but it was a very racist show. We just went there to laugh at his racism. Hi, Nicole Reloaded, moderator. It's Thursday. Sandra, you're correct. He makes way too many videos about nothing, child. And you can say he throws his own people up under the bus, right? Anybody. You think if Jay Wilson were working at that hotel, he wouldn't be filming and making videos about girl. Except the nigga never leaves his house, child. He got all the answers to everybody's life, child. He's still trying to explain to us, where he talked to you. Oh, the way, girl, how many days are we into this thing now? 2 weeks, actually 3 months into this, girl. We already established that, child. There's no reason to keep saying the exact same thing over and over and over again. Right? We're talking about, why don't you stop talking about money so much, Jay Wilson? Right? It doesn't seem to be working for you. I don't see no lot of Cash Apps going over there. All the thing I hear about Cash App is when you're criticizing somebody else's Cash Apps. Oh, she did it for money. I'm seeing a game here. I'm seeing a play. I'm seeing a play here. They Cash Apped her. Is this all about the Cash App? Girl, ain't nobody thinking about these $20 and $30, Jay Wilson, but you. Right? Your obsession is disgusting. Right? You went and got a PhDs and degrees and shit. Why don't you go out and get the appropriate job then, nigga? Right? Why are you back there driving Uber cabs in the morning and running your mouth about the same bullshit? You're throwing your friends up under the bus and hollering about they ain't no friends. The reason why they ain't no friends, because they're all subject to your knife. Hustling for nickels and dimes. You don't even understand it, girl. You were in San Antonio, Charles Dawson? Let's see if you wanted me to do to Jay Wilson. Welfare check. Child, don't go over Jay Wilson. You a handsome guy, Charles Dawson. Don't be going around that Jay Wilson. He gonna try to, he's on Grindr trying to catch 100. He done starved himself trying to catch one. Buying little kids blouses. Meathead would balance it out to Archie. show would be banned today. Yeah, I don't think it'd be. You could do that today. Oh, hi, Beef and 13. We're just talking about your latest, or one of your latest posts when you interviewed the employee of the Red Roof Inn. That's the story of the day. I see many people are talking about this story. I mean, it's only right. It is a big story for beef sector for a minute. You know, we'll talk about it. You hope God before everything. I hope these YouTube see, because we wouldn't even be aware of it if they weren't posting videos about every single move, even starting long before they even got on to this trip, right? This trip, this trip should have been a private affair, and that you have to be careful that your phone or your computer are not giving location on you, right? Because people were able to track when you're talking to thousands of people potentially. Of course, you're gonna have some people like that in here, right? Doxing people and all that kind of stuff. I keep telling you, my new book is Who Shot the Caller? Then Who Shot the Fucking Deputy? Oh Lord. Who shot the caller? Girl, they got so many potential suspects in that book, girl. Because everybody wanted to kill his ass. You let somebody call CPS and get your children taken away, even if it's for one day, and see what happened. Who shot the caller? Oh, I'm so upset though. I when I got sick, I stopped writing, right? I couldn't concentrate. And now it's been like a month since I've been back into my book. And that means now that I got to go and read the whole story. We're over halfway through, maybe 3/4 through, in order to catch the characters again, right? Because you got to be going from character to character, and their interactions and every detail has to be correct, right? Because your haters will come and say, "Oh, you said that 200 pages ago." So you got to be familiar with it. That's why I think I always recommend to people who want to write, particularly want to write novels, books, to write every day. Keep the story fresh. That way you don't got to keep going way back and trying to catch up. And then by the time you actually have read all the way back to catch up to where you are now you're too tired to write. So I'll have to restart again. I don't want to slip into no damn a writer's block. Some of this stuff y'all got daily content shit. Some of it will find its way into the pages. Mhm. Oh, he's not your type, Charles Dawson? He said Jay Wilson would definitely get his feelings hurt if he came at me the wrong way. He gonna try it, honey. He gonna try as soon as Mark is out of sight, out of mind, baby. He's not your type. Mm, mm, mm. I don't see how nobody could be Rob Reich's type. And why is that boy over there calling himself a YouTube sex symbol? Girl, that's an ugly ass nigga. I mean, there ain't nothing Billy D. Williams about that boy. He's not even cute. He already calling people ugly. You got your nerve, boy. And this is the small version. Apparently, he was enormous just recently. So she described his body as his titties is just hanging there, all the skin. So when she's describing his body, she's actually describing Jay Wilson's body because they did the exact same thing. They both had major weight loss. Probably him just for his alcoholism caught up with him, but they both had massive weight loss. And so when she said that he has the body of a 70-year-old, this is what Jay Wilson is fighting against, right? Because he had massive weight loss. You can see his face is all shrunken in. I see bands of like it looked like injection in his face, right? Because of the massive weight loss. Then he got all this skin that's just hanging there, right? Look like you ever seen a bulldog? Just a Jay Wilson face, look, girl. So you got to put something in it, buff it back up again. She said the titties was hanging down, child. She said the ass was flat. He said, "Oh, yours is flat too." Why are you talking to your loved ones about their flat ass, honey? This is not invasion of the flat booty bitches, right? That's from his area. You know, he's from Northern California. Too Short had a song called "Invasion of the Flat Booty Bitches," right? So I guess this is where he gets his obsession with these flat asses. Then you got a flat ass, and you have one that's lost all this weight. That means you have these stretch marks all over your body. I don't know why you say you are a sex symbol. I don't know that anybody else would be attracted to you, Rob Rack, right? You're fortunate that somebody even took an interest in you, feeling like you could do better. I don't think you could do better. I think you were falling down drunk. That's what I think. And not attractive at all. You sitting up here wearing a Jerry curl in 2023. No, please. That's my perm. Rob, 6'3", 165 pounds, according to court record. Yeah, well, he's 165 now, but that's only recently. He had massive either weight surgery or just weight loss, whatever it was. But she said everything just failed, right? It's all just sitting there. You raise the arm and that stuff is just sitting there. It's just skin, right? This is why Jay Wilson's going to the gym every day, walking around the block, walking the dog miles and miles, doing push-ups and sit-ups. You know, he's trying to fight against this horrible skin that has got to be there. There's no other way around it. You might look better with your clothes on, but with the clothes off, you are a fright, right? So he's talking about how disappointed he was in girl. Wasn't she disappointed? I mean, y'all seen this guy? Big old fat head. Oh, child, please. With the do people still wear perms, girl? That motherfucker need to be in one of them pimp suits. You know how they used to wear the long coats, purple, orange. I could see him in something like that. Woo, Short Dog. Yeah, his name is Too Short. That's right. Too Short. Invasion of the flat booty bitches. His words and not mine. But the music video is still up on YouTube if you want to hear it. I don't play any kind of music on my channel because you don't get paid for it, right? It's a bad habit to get into. I'm too short, baby. That's the fact. Time left him behind. You can't stay current if you're drunk all the time, right? Your obsession is with drinking. So your paycheck, no matter what it is, she seems to buy the idea that he's an engineer. I don't know how that could happen. And him being that drunk, apparently this is a new job, a new place to live. Everything is new constantly because he's an alcoholic and he's not going to be able to make it into work every day and not reek of alcohol or still be drunk, right? So who was I watching? The ZX person. His name is ZX, right? He says that he is actually a factory worker, an assembly line worker, right? Because a firm or a company is an engineer company does not mean that you are an engineer, right? Some janitors are called janitorial, aren't they janitorial engineer or something like that? Maintenance engineer or some shit like that. That boy's broke. He's broke and he's going to stay broke because all his money goes to staying high and drunk, right? He can't focus enough to get in the actual apartment. You remember how it all began. That's right, honey. That's the roast of the liver. Eat your ass alive, honey. So he spends a lot of, of course, I don't watch silly ass shows like that, but he spends a lot of time talking about HIV and AIDS. Nigga, aren't we dealing with COVID right now? Aren't people dying right now? Aren't we just coming out? We got to get a shot every 6 months right now. Like, people kill me. They think that's the ultimate read. Yeah, you are sitting up here having sex with somebody because you just met online, child. The first day you go and have sex with them. Then after you've had sex with them, now you want to say they're AIDS infected, right? Like people walking around with their papers. This is not Germany, nigga. Everybody walking around with their damn papers. Keep your goddamn Jimmy jacket on, idiot. Oh, it's too big. It's too big. No, it's not too big. It is what you call a limp biscuit. It is a limp biscuit, not because you're too old. It's a limp biscuit because you're too drunk. Anybody who's been drunk before knows they have a real hard time, right? So the woman was very disappointed, right, in your sexual proclivities. She said she wanted to get the brakes knocked off. You couldn't break shit off. You couldn't even keep a heart on past the second day. right? This is a sacrifice this is what you're willing to sacrifice in order to stay drunk. What kind of life is that? You need to be in some kind of live-in program. Now, we don't know that this pool house you stay in with all these people walking around. We don't know if that's not some kind of program or some kind of halfway or transitional housing. But you got them on here, you lie. People lie. I remember when I was in LA County Jail. Here we go. Here he go talking about jail. Yes, all I got is one pass, right? But I was in there with some brothers, straight brothers, and this one guy. He was obviously he's in and out, in and out, in and out. He's a crackhead, right? But when he was in jail, he was a pretty decent guy. He spoke well. He's a good looking guy. But this other guy was constantly giving him advice about his addiction, constantly telling him about his liver, constantly criticizing this guy about the fact that he smoked crack and he ended up in jail, right? Advice. He's just like Jay Wilson, right? Well, a few months later, I happened to be on the street and I ran into the guy who had all this advice about this guy. He did drugs and all that. The guy never mentioned once that he drank to excess, right? This man, I am not lying, this is the truth, was walking around Hollywood Boulevard with a Superman suit on. His head was busted where he keeps falling, apparently. And he is drunk, so drunk. How can you be that drunk in the middle of the afternoon? Talking to people who did not want to talk to him. The boy was an absolute mess, right? But he has all the answers and all the advice, right? Killed me. He didn't come after me. I had all that mouth. That's why they called me Jabberjaws. He was certainly in no better shape than the dude who was smoking crack. We know pretty much everybody drinks a little. In in my opinion, you are blessed if you can drink a little without developing a problem with alcohol. But at some point, you have to come to the realization that your life is a mess. It's a mess because of you're an addict or an alcoholic. There's no distinction when you go to 12 step. They treat you the exact same 12 steps, same 12 traditions, the exact same programs, everything, honey. It's just a different kind of drug of choice. Yeah, he was Limp Biscuit. He was feeling like shit and being treated like shit. He just might break your fucking face tonight. He's like a chainsaw. He rub your ass raw. And if his day keep going that way, he just might break your fucking face tonight. Give him something to drink. His Limp Biscuit was down between his legs, apparently. I don't know why she would lie about it. She was sitting right in front of him. He didn't deny it. Oh, that's because your booty was flat. No, nigga. It's because you're drunk, right? That's why you don't have a permanent residence. That's why you can't even drive your own car without blowing and proving that you're not drunk to get behind the wheel and kill somebody in Sacramento. You say you have felonies. We don't know what the felonies are for. We know you have several drunk, what is it? DUIs. That's driving drunk, right? We see how drunk you get. So did you hurt somebody with your vehicle? I guess we'll know more, but that's going to take a while. They're going to keep him in jail. More than likely, his bail will stay the same. He won't be able to get out. People are not going to be putting up all that money. What is it, $12,000? They might got $12,000 sitting around to give to him to get out, and they know he's going to be drunk the same day. To get to this point, he probably went through pretty much everybody. He might be able to call a cousin, and he's from Sacramento. A drug is a drug, honey. They get mad at the drug dealers, but they don't say shit about the alcohol, the people who own liquor stores. Y'all been to Skid Row. Y'all certainly seen it. Y'all see what alcohol can do. He has court in a few hours. Oh, so the story gonna stay alive, baby. But you don't get very much from the arraignment, though. But that's just a formality. They'll hit him what you're charged with. Do you understand the charges, kind of thing. She's not gonna be. I wouldn't. She shouldn't be standing there just to. I'm here, Rob. That ain't nothing. They're gonna tell him to look forward to the judge. He can just look back and say, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" That's about it. She gets home safely. Got before everything. She should be able to. I don't know what's holding her back there now. Unless she wants to try to prove some loyalty to him, but apparently Tracy said that she has possession of some of his stuff. Well, take it home with you. And if he gets out somewhere or his family contacts you, just send it to him. I believe that's what she said she's going to do. Something about earbuds or some shit. Whatever. It doesn't seem like he has that much. It seemed like he left it at his last relationship. He was kicked out and abandoned all of his belongings. His stuff would still be sitting in TLC and 3. Now, come on. You going to leave his shit right there, girl? Or out in the dumpster. Apparently, she's not mad at him, though. People on here are mad at it. I didn't know he was a homophobe as well. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to spend time over here listening to Rob Rack. I only know who he is because he's fucking with her. But I didn't even think that was worthy of even looking at until they went out of town. Now it's a story, you know. You would leave, Kenita Russell, you would leave his stuff on the courthouse lawn. Well, when he's arrested, they'll put whatever he has in his pockets with him. Should have his phone and his wallet should be on him, right? But anything else he had, she said he had to go and wash his clothes. So apparently he doesn't even have a proper change of clothes. She should have left when he drank that first pint. Honey, she got mad enough. One time she had enough, and Kim told us all about all the drinking. He done drank everything in the house, and then he went and drank my shit. I wanted a nice glass of champagne. God damn, can I get a drink? Alcoholism. People can come on YouTube and be whoever the hell they want to be. Ladies, don't y'all go over here to these damn cities because somebody done sold you a story, honey. Everybody's an engineer and they all this and all that shit. Get there and find out the motherfucker is just one step above homelessness. Anybody got a cell phone? Obama made sure we all have a cell phone, honey. Anybody can get online. And they can come on here and fantasize about who they want to be, right? They're wannabes. He talking about he got $100,000 worth of jewelry on, right? All we see so far is he's able to, I guess, make a car payment or have a car, and the alcohol. That's all his money. So how in the hell you gonna buy $90,000, $100,000 worth of jewelry? And why would you have that on? You're not on stage. You're not a rapper, right? It's foolishness. If she said that the shit was fake, she's looking at it. I don't know why she would deny it. All he got to do is show up to the screen. No, it's junk. He's on here pretending to be somebody who wishes he was, honey. These rappers that got y'all the idea that you're supposed to hang everything you own around your neck. 2 years from now, they won't even be wearing the shit no more. Remember in the 70s, they used to have gold chains all the time. When I first met that guy, Raymond St. Jacques, he used to have the shirt unbuttoned down to their navel, and then just gold chains, gold. But that's what they're basically doing now. Only now they're putting diamonds in them and so forth, right? They're actually defining their value by jewelry. These are men, grown men. You're supposed to be buying your wife diamond necklaces, not yourself. Leave it on the seat. Oh, Lord have mercy. In the courtroom, y'all want to get rid of that nigga, right? He's horrible. If I'd known he had all this homophobic rhetoric, she keeps saying he has all. I never heard it because I never look at it. He's so excited that he got numbers, so he used her for the numbers. Maybe Tracy's just ready to be with somebody. No, honey. I'll take leave it alone a whole lot faster than I'll take some kind of relationship with something like that. I'd rather be single for the rest of my life. Well, we've been programmed to believe that we're supposed to be with somebody, right? Yeah, it's different with women. You know, they raise children, so you know they want a father and mother for their kids or whatever, and they want to have a family. But men, just men, gay men or straight men. What the hell is I talking about? I don't remember. Online dating gone wrong. His car been towed. He ain't got no $700 to get it out. It's going up every day. So if they don't let him out today, then that means that damn car just goes up, up, up. Get out. You owe them $1,200 plus all the tickets you got when you were drunk, right? Here you got to pay off all your old tickets and stuff before you get your car out of pound. So all the tow charges, whatever violation you're in for getting it in there in the first place, plus all your tickets, all that got to be paid, right? And your car's got to be registered before you can get it out. The girls are not feeling him. Y'all can all do better than that. Oh my God, Kool-Aid, Red Roof Inn. Oh, that Lord have mercy. What's wrong with that? Some monster in there? Ooh. Red Roof Inn. Oh, you made a new channel. Mr. Kool-Aid. 7 Days of Hell. She could write her a little novella, a short story, honey, about this hellacious weekend. Everywhere you go, misrepresenting the black people. Every hotel room, every room you go to, everybody hollering, screaming, and drunk and shit. Oh, Lord have mercy. It does sound like a nightmare. They told his Bentley. That boy ain't got no damn Bentley. See, these stories start circulating in the wild blue. Bentley, Bentley's damn it is over $200,000. He ain't got no $200,000. What? From working on the assembly line that he just started? She didn't say it was no damn Bentley. I think if it was a Bentley, she would have said it. She said it was some kind of Toyota or some shit. Here come the Kool-Aid man. He said he was an engineer. What do you call it? What do they call janitors? A janitor is it a maintenance engineer or something like that? There's all kind of people wear the name engineer. Go over there and ask Poppy Bonafide what specifically, what do you do for a living, girl? No title, just what do you do? Like I said, you can go in here and be anything you want to be, honey. He owns a Dodge Charger, bless his heart. A Bentley, but at the Red Roof Inn. Okay, I'm cool. Ooh, child. A Bentley. Girl, please. Something we have to use our common sense for. Because they're liable to say anything. You see how mad they got at the employee for telling the truth. They don't know damn truth. They want to keep saying, oh, Tracy did it. She said, come on in. That means she must have left the door open. Come on in. The door is open. Well, according to the employee, the cops had the damn card. So if you say you're not opening the door, they just open the door themselves and come on in, honey. They ain't standing outside and taking your word for it. You brandished the gun, child. We saw it on video. We got people calling from all over the country saying that this woman's under duress, right? Because she says she's not. Don't a whole lot of battered women when you arrive there? Oh, I slipped and fell, hurt my eye. Oh, ma'am, it looks like he punched you in the eye. We can take him away today. I don't know. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do. Girl, a lot of times the woman is scared of the motherfucker because they know he's gonna get out in a couple of hours, right? And he might kill her. So that don't mean nothing. Alcohol engineer. I'm an alcohol tester. I taste the alcohol, make sure it's okay for y'all. Young kids brag about their cars, not us old folks. Well, he doesn't appear to even be an adult. His mind is very childish. Yes, it is the alcohol, but just his whole conversation is childish. I don't pretend that I can understand attraction, though. Right? A lot of people I don't understand. I said, why would she want to be with something like that? You know, I don't know. People do what they want to do. I think the point I was making before was she is an adult woman. She's in her 50s, child. She's had months to talk to this fool. And if he still motivates her to come there, she tried it and it was an epic fail. Epic. It's not that it's wrong that he's in jail. What's wrong is us as social media people putting him there, right? He's supposed to break the law, and then it's up to the cops. It's their job. They're paid to do that. We don't have to contribute to it. So apparently, a whole lot of people disagreed, and they all got to calling. Who shot the caller? And he swore it was in self-defense. Yeah, when he went to work, that'd have been my move, honey, Angie Dickerson. I said, your car is outside, and then you just get in the cab, go pick up my stuff, and head for the airport. Abort the mission. Or you could go to some other part in Northern California, go visit your friends or whatever, since you're already here. But do not let him know where you're at. You still have some compassion for him. You want to meet somewhere? Okay. Why don't you meet me at such and such restaurant sober? So in other words, I assume you're sober when you get off work. Why don't we meet then? And maybe we can have an hour or a decent meal or something like that. But as far as me locked up in a room with you, I just don't have it. You know, I'm too tired. I don't even know when this girl was sleeping. You remember ZT used to tire you out about his 2006 Camaro? Some of these men love their cars. It's a damn shame. You're supposed to be loving your home. Home first. Cars is a toy. A necessity and a toy for people who have fancy cars. Don't be homeless talking about your car. Did I ever watch The Burning Bed? What was that with the Farrah Fawcett? I saw it when it came out, probably, what was that, 40 years ago? The Burning Bed. She set his ass on fire. Girl, you gonna burn him up. Red Roof Inn. Why your mouth open like that, child? Like you ready to handle some business. She probably could have whooped his butt. That's why he always showed the peace. You just don't know how a drunk's going to be, though, how they're going to react. Sometimes they go off and they become Superman, and sometimes they become passive, particularly when you take their weapon away. Why would you need a weapon if you feel secure in yourself? Do you think there are people on the roof across the street going to get you? Why would you need a gun? I don't understand that. If you have a home, you have children, wife, or husband, whatever, in your home, I say, well, yeah, you can have a gun in your house to protect your home. Somebody breaks in, tries to rape your wife. Yeah, I think you should blow his ass away, right? But as far as walking around in the streets with loaded guns, showing up on romantic rendezvous with loaded guns, brandishing weapons, right? That is so dangerous, child. What if somebody would have slapped the shit out of Rob? What would have happened? The gun comes out. Then who's going to do death, and who's going to do the 30 years behind the death? Happens all the time. It couldn't have happened if you didn't have a gun. Oh, they talking about the mustard now. He just being nasty. I don't think that woman's stuff tastes. What do you say? It smells like, tastes like mustard. Nigga, you got your mouth in it. What's the read? Why don't you get your mouth out of it, motherfucker, if it's so offensive to you? He was just saying the most incredible things. I mean, y'all heard all the stories. They're going to tease this woman probably for the whole next year about this excursion of hers. But she did it. Got out of the house for a minute, you know. Yeah, Zamazina, don't be fighting with these men, though, because men are stronger than women. And you don't want to put him in a position where he's trying to prove now his masculinity. He's not all that masculine, or he wouldn't need to be carrying the gun around. That means you're fearful, you're scared. My own family owns guns, but safety first. So I remember when my mama, after she had a break-in in her house, this years ago, she went and bought her a 38, honey. Girl, I can't complain. I mean, goddamn, you're in there by yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with protecting your home, honey. But of course, then people get a hold of them. You got to be real safe about them. And if you're a felon, as far as I know, you can never have a gun again. Right? And so now, since this new charge, it involves firearm, that's going to be written into his record now. So he definitely can never have a gun again. Now, if this is his primary play tool, or how he intimidates people, it's over. Yes, it's over. The guns are gone. What's the use in you trying to front? Too much, too little, too late. They're supposed to have all these background checks and shit, right? So nuts like him can't be having guns, but it doesn't work. The charge they added, the extra $20,000 on it, so now it's $120,000 bond. The extra charge was that he had bought the thing from somebody he wasn't supposed to buy it from, and the person who sold it to him sold a gun they weren't supposed to. So you can do that shit between people, right? He is the very type they don't want to have weapons. And we still don't know what he's got these felonies for. He said a felon with a gun. That was in the paperwork. But what was that about? Beating women? Or was it about gun charge or something to do with alcohol? Anyway, we'll continue. We'll drop in there once in a while on this story, people. We don't know where it's going to go. Apparently, this arraignment is today. Like I said, I don't think anything really happens in an arraignment. He could plead guilty, though. If he plead guilty, they'll just give him the time. They'll set a date and give him the time. So we'll see. All right, people. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Sheila Hurches. Sheila Hughes. Hi, Sheila Hughes. What's they end up? Irresistible hand. Yeah, irresponsible hands. That's true. All the hoodlums got guns. You know, a lot of these rappers, what they get busted for is about firearms. As we all know, they do use them. Y'all have a wonderful, what's today? Third? Oh, we're almost through. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday. Talk to you later.